why superpowers would suck in real life. I disagree, but we'll see what this video has to say.
Invisibility. To some people, invisibility would be a dream superpower.
Okay, I mean, this is like the dream power of any kid circa 7th grade who has like Latina functions sitting within the confines of their classroom that they wish they could just like follow home and then like see them. I feel like I just outed myself a little bit. Guys, I just figured out how to crank hog in 7th grade. What do you want me to say to you?
They fantasize about all the things they could do without being noticed. Not exactly heroic things, but when you look closer, it's not as cool as it sounds. Here's the problem. For you to see, light has to hit the back of your eyes.
You also have to be
but
like
if you're
nude.
invisible, light would just pass through you, leaving you blind. And if somehow your eyes could catch light, they would still be visible, making you a pair of floating eyeballs. Just creepy.
Wait, why?
To go fully invisible, you need to be completely naked.
Wait, what if you just wore sunglasses though? And then they couldn't see your eye? Like, I got clear glasses I can wear, like, would they be able to see me then?
Not that some of you would mind that, but you wouldn't be able to carry
What?
anything either, and since no one can see you, they would crash into you all the time.
You couldn't carry anything, could you?
You better not use perfume or even make noise breathing. People would still know you are there. Plus, if you're thinking
see,
that
like,
you
guys,
can
if
rob
I hear like an odd breathing noise, I don't think the first thing I would think of in my room is like, oh yeah, somebody is invisible lurking in the corner cranking hard to me as I'm laying on my bed. Like, that's not the first thought that would go through my... I feel like I would think like, oh, my AC just sounds like there's like a damn rat inside of it.
bank, a thermal camera would still spot your heat radiation, making it nearly impossible to sneak in
God
undetected.
dang, bro! What's the point of invisibility if you're not actually invisible?
Intangibility. Picture this. You've just unlocked
you even have the
intangibility. You're super excited, so you decide to phase your hand through a wall.
Okay.
But the moment you activate your powers, you drop straight through the floor, sinking into the earth. You either deactivate your powers and become fused into rock, suffocating to death, or continue sinking until you reach the molten center of the earth due to gravity.
I feel like for a lot of these powers, you have to have some sort of like controller built-in sort of parameter so that this type of stuff doesn't happen. Like for invisibility, things you touch turn invisible and you can still see. Or for like this intangibility one, like when you turn it on, you know, you can just turn it on for maybe just your hand as opposed to just dropping through the floor into the Earth's mantle or something and you're just sitting in lava. You can't go through bedrock, so would you really even go to the mantle?
Continue sinking until you reach the molten center of the Earth due to gravity, unable to do anything, waiting until you decide to die.
At least you can see
Super
Hollow Earth
speed.
theory. Speed.
A moderate super speed of about
They need an image of me. I literally am the Wally Westcott.
190 miles per hour, like dashes, wouldn't be so bad. The problems would be minimal. But if we're talking about speed similar to the Flash, without Speed Force, then it would be a disaster waiting to happen. You would have to generate an enormous amount of force, far greater than what the human body can handle.
He's making the superpowers not very super for the sake of this video, and I feel like he's not accounting for the fact that like Flash has Speed Force that watches his jet so that he's able to run at like super light speed, you know? And it's also like granting the fact that he has the power to do, you know, push off the ground.
And it would cause your legs to simply rip off your body. Here's another thing.
Train legs. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is why you can't avoid the squat rack. So, like, if there was ever a time where you did get super speed, you would be able to sustain the power and weight of actually having to push off so you can just fucking run, you know?
Air isn't empty. It's filled with elements like oxygen and nitrogen, plus tons of tiny dust particles. As you move through air, you're rubbing against these particles, generating friction that produces
rubbing
heat.
against stuff. Okay, see? Nah, he just wanted to flex his animation skills. It's kind of tough though. This is so unnecessary. It's like he made this video just to flex his
Moving at
animation
super
skills.
speed would generate enough heat to burn your entire body.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're fried,
Let's say
literally.
you don't burn. You still need to see where you're going.
Oh,
Human
shit.
perception isn't adapted to handle high speeds, so moving at super speed would make everything blurry. The speed at which you think would need to match your physical speed.
Which I feel like would come with super speed, no? I feel like if you got super speed, your brain would fire at a high rate. Dude, plus the beauty of super speed, and they said this in the Flash series, you have to eat like 30,000 calories you have to eat like 30,000 calories a day to keep up with the energy loss that you're expending by running at supersonic speed. So you can just fucking stack pizza dominoes. And you can also speed run those sorts of things so you can just get maximum amounts of goodness. That sounds so good. I would love super speed. I really would.
Otherwise, you would just crash into things. Possibly doing what A-Train did, just running through people.
Damn.
And in the case that your perception does keep up, the world around you would seem so slow that you'd basically be stuck in time.
I never never thought that's what it was. Like Flash never seemed pissed off whenever he had to run from like Star Labs to Siberia or something. So like I don't think it would really be you're feeling the slowness of time, but rather you're just going so fast where and like your brain's perceiving it fast towards basically you're just going fast. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I said a scientific, guys. I don't have a scientific degree. I'm not in any sort of scientific class, so there's that.
Having super speed would also mean burning millions of calories every day. So you'd go broke, buying all the food needed to keep your metabolism satisfied.
That's a good fucking point.
Teleportation.
It's not for the circus.
As you might know, the Earth is in constant motion through space, moving at around 67,000 miles per hour. It rotates, orbits the sun, and the solar system orbits around the center of the galaxy. If you wanted to teleport, you would need to calculate the exact position of the Earth through space, or else you would teleport into space.
Dude, again, like, I just don't buy that your powers, or whatever, like, celestial being that gave you the powers of teleportation, or, like, mutant genome, would account for the fact that the Earth is moving because you're adapted to the Earth moving already. Like, we're not flying into the fucking wall because we've been here. We're experienced with this. And I wonder if we went on a planet that didn't turn or move in the air, would we be stronger? Would we have the powers of Supes? I don't know. Go back 10 seconds, I saw 6-7. Amy, if I go back 10 seconds and 6-7 is on the screen, you're getting shown in a fucking bedroom for 2 minutes. I'm being serious.
Solar system orbits around the center of the galaxy. If you wanted to teleport, you would need to calculate the exact position of the Earth through space, or else you would teleport into space, dying instantly. Immortality.
No, it didn't.
If you were given the...
Alright, Amy, like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, there's no 6-7
67,000... Immortality. If you were given the choice between dying in 1 year or becoming immortal, what would you choose? The choice seems obvious, doesn't it? You're thinking that being immortal would be much better than dying in a year, right?
Probably.
But if you're immortal, you would have to watch everyone you love die over and over again until you don't have
like,
any emotional feelings.
Like, would you get numb to it, or do you think you'd get to a point where like you don't even love people because you know that like with love comes the loss, or do you think you just be like you would think of yourself almost a little bit in a God type of way to where you're just watching humanity unfold and you're trying your best to do good with it and appreciating it at its current state? That's very philosophical. Let's continue the video.
Anymore. You would live to see the human race die out. You would see the world end, and ultimately, you would be drifting in space all alone for eternity. Time stop.
Maybe you would.
Oh, time stop. The superpower desired by...
This paired up with invisibility is a devious combo.
Many. Time stop would be a dream come true for some individuals for obvious reasons. But in reality, it would be a...
I feel like such a damn pervert if I even, like, did anything while stopping time. Like, maybe I would just... Because a lot of times, whenever you're in public and you try to, like, look at a chick, you know, you can't really because you don't want them to look at you and think you are, like, a creep. So maybe I would stop time just to maybe get, like, a little bit of a longer peek, a little bit of a longer snipe. And then I would unpause it to then just go about my merry way.
Nightmare.
No.
The moment you stop time, the molecules of air around you would stop as well, making it impossible to breathe. It also means photons would stop.
Again, bro, it's assuming that you're still able to function.
So you stop time and become unable to breathe or see, until you either resume time or just die. Great power, huh? Super strength. Super strength sounds awesome, right? In real life, though,
yes.
It's a mess.
Guys, I got this power already.
Everything's designed for regular people, meaning that if you were super strong, you would be breaking doorknobs, keyboards, and glasses left and right. Imagine going to hug your mom and breaking her spine because you don't know.
See, because I disagree. I feel like with this, you can change your power level. If I'm sparring somebody, I can choose to, like, you know, like, go light spar or, like, just brutally knock them the fuck out. So I don't think necessarily you just, like, anything you touch, you'd immediately destroy. Like, if you're not watching yourself and being careful, yeah, that could happen. But I feel like for the most part, you can watch out.
Know how to control your strength yet. Having super strength doesn't mean you're indestructible either. If you punch a wall, for example, because of Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite. I punched a wall one time back when I was like 15. I got a scar to this day. So it's like, even if I did punch it, yeah, it would hurt a little bit, but I still just broke a solid brick wall. Do you know what I mean? So again, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Opposite reaction. The force that you applied to the wall would be applied back to you.
Dude, Newton schmootin', bro. He had an apple drop on his head and everyone thought he was a genius for saying, when shit falls down, it falls down. What are we doing?
you with the same intensity, knocking you back and breaking your hand.
Guys, I think what we confirmed with this is best superpower, flight.
So baby, can you feel